Step 118. Our home. Domus nostra. Our home. Domus nostra. Is sited on the high street. In via maxima est sita. Now notice, this is very good, the sentence for grammar. When something is in a position, we use the ablative. In via maxima est sita. This is a useful sentence to memorize. In via maxima est sita. When it is sited in a place, it's in via maxima, or in cubiculo, in the bedroom. When we have movement towards a place, we would use the accusative. So if you are going to the main street, you would go in viam maximam, because you're moving towards it. But if you are just there, sited there, not moving, that's your situation, your place, in via maxima est sita. On which road live, in qua via habitant, there we see it again, in qua via habitant. On which road live, in qua via habitant. The more noble citizens. Cives nobiliores. The more noble citizens. Cives nobiliores. You enter the house by means of the door. Domum intras per januam. Domum intras per januam. You enter the house by means of the door. Domum intras per januam. Notice per is followed by the accusative januam. Domum intras per januam. Which door always? Quae janua semper. Which door always? Quae janua semper. Stands closed. Clausa stat. Stat, it stands. Clausa stat. Clausa stat. Lest someone may enter. Nisi quis intrat. Lest someone may enter. Nisi quis intrat. If you want to enter, si vis intrare. If you want to enter, si vis intrare. Knock the door. Now in English we'd have to say knock on the door or knock at the door, but in Latin it's just knock the door. Januam pultas. Januam pultas. Which being done, quo facto, which being done, quo facto, the doorman comes. Venit janitor. The doorman comes. Venit janitor. And unlocks the door. Et januam reserat. And unlocks the door. Et januam reserat. The door being unlocked, janua reserata. The door being unlocked, janua reserata. Janua reserata. We go into the porch. In vestibulum imus. We go into the porch. Now there's movement here, so it'll be the accusative. In vestibulum imus. In vestibulum. This is the accusative because there's motion towards. In vestibulum imus. This is the first time we're looking at this use of the accusative. And from there into the atrium. Deinde in atrium. Here we have movement again. Deinde in atrium. In the middle of the atrium, here there's no movement. Medio in atrio. In the middle of the atrium, medio in atrio, is a pond. Est stangenum. Is a pond. Est stangenum. Called the impluvium. Impluvium nominatum. Called the impluvium. Impluvium nominatum. In which pond? In quod stagnum. In which pond? In quod stagnum. Rains fall. In English we'd say rain falls, but the Romans would say rains fall. Pluviae cadunt. Rains fall. Pluviae cadunt. And make a pond. Et stangenum faciunt. Et stangenum faciunt. Above the impluvium, super impluvium. Notice here super using the accusative. Super impluvium. Above the impluvium. Super impluvium. There is no roof. Nullum tectumst. There is no roof. Nullum tectumst. But open space. Sed spatium apertum. Sed spatium apertum. But open space. Sed but spatium space apertum open. Sed spatium apertum. Which is called the compluvium. Quod compluvium vocant. Which they call the compluvium. It should be. Quod compluvium vocant. Close to the pond, prope stangenum. Close to the pond, prope stangenum, is an altar. Est ara is an altar. Est ara. Close to the altar stand the lares, the idols. Prope aram stant lares. Note prope is followed by the accusative. Prope aram stant lares. Prope aram stant lares. In the atrium we all, in atrio nos omnes, spend the day. Diem agimus. Spend the day. Diem agimus. However, we sleep in little rooms. At dormimus in cellis. However, we sleep in little rooms. At dormimus in cellis. Of which there are many. Quae multae sunt. Of which there are many. Quae multae sunt. Quae multae sunt. Constructed around the atrium. Circum atrium aedificatae. Constructed around the atrium. Circum atrium aedificatae. Notice circum, around, has the accusative atrium. Circum atrium aedificatae. However, the slaves servi tamen. However, the slaves servi tamen in front of doors of the rooms, ante portas cellarum, in front of doors of the rooms, or in front of doors of rooms, or in front of the doors of the rooms, ante portas cellarum, they sleep, dormiunt, dormiunt. Behind the atrium, post atrium. Notice after post we have atrium in the accusative. Behind the atrium, post atrium, is an office, est tablinum, which is father's private, quod est privatum patris, which is father's private, quod est privatum patris, room, conclave, conclave. There is another room, est aliud conclave, est aliud conclave, which they call the dining room, triclinium quod vocant, which they call the dining room, triclinium quod vocant. And as I mentioned in the previous lesson, this is triclinium, the more normal word for, standard word for a dining room, and the other word, koinaculum, can mean a kind of living room area as well. Here we dine. Hic cenamus. Here we dine. Hic cenamus. Hic cenamus. By what means do you enter the house? Per quid domum intres. By what means do you enter the house? Or may you enter the house? Per quid domum intres. You enter the house by means of the door. Per januam intras domum. You enter the house by means of the door. Per januam intras domum. Why does the doorman sit in a room? Cur, that's why, sedet, he sits, janitor, that is the janitor, in cella, in a room. Remember, he's sitting there, he's not moving anywhere, he's not going to it, going from it, so it's ablative, in cella. Cur sedet janitor in cella. Cur sedet janitor in cella. The janitor sits in a room so as to guard the door. In cella sedet janitor ut januam custodiat. Ut, so that, in order that. In cella sedet janitor ut januam custodiat. In cella sedet janitor ut januam custodiat. Cur januam pultas? Cur januam pultas? Pultas januam, ut janitor januam reseret. Pultas januam, ut janitor januam reseret.